I hear some more man are dead. What the hospital name Maypen Hospital than women. Listen to that story about the men at Maypen Hospital. Listen to this.
A disturbing health trend is emerging out of Clarendon this evening. Health officials say more than 80% of people dying at the Maypen Hospital are men. Now they're calling for urgent attention to what's being described as a silent crisis.
If you go to Maypen Hospital right now and you go to the male medical ward, it is packed to capacity. The number of persons dying fastest in the hospital are the men. Men, take your health seriously. Women, you have a duty likewise. Run them out the house and take them with you to get their health check. Is that all right? I will not share you the statistic of the number of men just died in Maypen Hospital last month alone.
Health officials are urging men to get regular checkups and act early when symptoms appear.
As healthcare worker, the Ministry of Health push the matter of taking responsibility and to know your numbers, your basic non-communicable diseases. Know what is happening. Your blood pressure up there, sir. Your cholesterol up there, sir. Are you having heart issues? Are you diabetic? Do something about it.
But you know, Jamaica, whilst I report about what is happening at the Maypen Hospital, I have to equally report to Jamaica tonight that plenty more Jamaicans are going to die off, you know. It's sad, a reality, but it is true. Because the government of Jamaica has discontinued. I don't think what Jamaicans are hearing what I'm saying tonight. The government of Jamaica have discontinued the diagnostic test. So if you need a CT scan, and the government would have paid for it when you go to all of these places, or an MRI, the government of Jamaica has discontinued the diagnostics where you would have get at the private facilities. Producer, put up the content and work with me and flow with me now, man. The government of Jamaica has discontinued the service. So imagine the person with renal failure. Imagine the person with a heart situation. Imagine the person who needs an MRI or a CT scan, Jamaica. Already in that hospital, don't have the money to get those additional services. Are you seeing Jamaica? Are you understanding where I'm getting at? And the man decide he needs to go far and wide. He go far and wide. And I think I need to read to you what is happening. I need to read to you all what is happening. Because I don't really think a joke. A whistleblower at the Western Hospital blasted the Jamaican government, stated that it has depleted the budget which covers diagnostic radiology services fees at private institutions like Radiology West, preventing patients from accessing to CT scans. Under the Jamaica government enhancing healthcare service delivery project, often referred to as the assistance form, patients have free access to free diagnostic radiology services at private institutions like Radiology West. One of the facilities paid by the government of Jamaica to offer free diagnostic services to patients and known as a lead diagnostic imaging facility providing compassionate care in the West. So imagine you at Cornwall Regional Jamaica. Imagine you need a CT scan for the doctors to know exactly what is happening to you. Imagine you have to be on the ground, or you have to be in a wheelchair, or you have to be in a bench for 6 days, 7 days. Imagine a procedure or surgeries to be done. They could have used all of that money, $830 billion, unaudited, unaccounted for in the Ministry of Health. That could have retrofitted every hospital with at least 5 CT scan machines, 5 MRI machines, dialysis machine and ventilators, plus beds. Let me say it again. How much is owed to these imaging centers? How much is owed to these? You know why it stopped? Because them cannot pay for it. All of that money could have spent in purchasing the machines and get the resources to do what? Make sure that the machines are adequately serviced. So millions are owed to those people, and they have to pay those bills. So why they never use those money and why them never go to the same China where them love go get the diagnostic machine then? Me gonna ask you, why them never go to them said China like how them go to China to get boss Sportney? Like how them get this up from China? Why they never say to China say carry some CT scan machine, carry some MRI machine?
Ball out! Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the party.
Me gonna ask it again because me not think it resonate with you, no. Me not think it resonate with the people them tonight. Me gonna say it again. Why them never go to them Chinese partners and say to China, we need you to put in CT scan machine in all of the hospitals? Why they never go to China and say we need MRI machine for all of the hospitals? Why they never go to China and say we need low-cost bedding for all of the hospitals? Why they never go to China and say we need ventilator machine? If you all say that China is all about the development of Jamaica, if they all say that China is their friend, why they never say to China, say, come build one school with me in the last 9 years in Jamaica? Why they never say to China, say, come build one STEM university or one STEM college with me in the interest of Jamaica? But then make sure the Chinese come take over the wharf. Then make sure the Chinese come take over them backside. Then make sure the Chinese come take over the land and the road. So what can go so want to the shared burden of prosperity. If them get all of the assets, why they can't get the liabilities in the country too? If them get all of the assets, Jamaica, why they can't get some of the liability to come burden and cushion with? It's not in the interest of building the nation. It's in the interest of building the capitalist then. Jamaica. I'm going to say this to you. It hurt me to know that so many Jamaican people cannot or is not in a position to take care of them health. And when they go into the hospitals, it's like they are gone to a dead house, only to be sentenced to say, go to the morgue. And you're going to tell me, say, the basic CT scan, the MRI, the basic infrastructure like a bed, putting in a bed in a hospital to make sure so the citizens then can even say, make them, even if them are got dead, make them dead with little dignity and humanity. Even if them are got go Jamaica, make it be said that Miss Jane, they tried, but she died peacefully. But for no say Miss Jane or Mass Joe, dead on the chair, dead right as upon the piece of cardboard. Producer Ash, do you still have that video of the people in the hospital? That's a recent video. It shouldn't come out already, you know. Admin, if it's not there, no, find it back and put it there. Because it must be a reminder. So no CT scan, no MRI, no dialysis, no ventilators. And when it's done, in New Year and Miami, what day, yeah? Yes. And him say, this government has made the single greatest investment in healthcare. The investment make, but we don't see the returns from the investment. The money spent, but we don't see it. We don't see the infrastructure. Not million, $1 billion. $830 billion. And you're going to tell me, people of Jamaica, you're going to tell me $100,000 for a brain scan. Yeah.
Cheapest one of 50,000.
$100,000. Mighty God. People of Jamaica.
I show you up, man. I show you up tough, man. Okay. Carnival Regional Hospital, this is my brother. 1 week, that's straight now, brother. Them have people playing and don't have to one bed, you know. Everybody has to sit down in a wheelchair. Move in a wheelchair. Sit down in a chair. Watch your brother. The health system gone to Jamaica. Not even a bed. The people then can't go down there, man. Tell me if you're totally. I stop miss this, man.
I saw me there, you know. Watch me now. Go on.
Tough time, you need to go on better.
Sorry.
Yeah, man, you need to do better on this. Healthcare system need to fix, man. In a Carnival Regional Hospital, man. The people are not even a bed for you down for 1 week and had. Watch out. Watch yourself, man. I say. Cheer, you don't know, brother. Cheer. See there? Nothing, no lie.
What a thing. What a gruesome act. Somebody said, teacher, as a person who works in healthcare, the Ministry of Health is broke. And a lot of Jamaicans are going to die, especially those in the renal clinic. It's a shame. It's a disgrace. They owe the private labs billions of dollars. Can't pay for it, so the Jamaican people will suffer. ordinary Jamaicans can't pay for these services. You hear there? And when them done, them tell you third term is loading. When them done, then tell you that the third term is loading in. That is why it is important that somebody with a medical background is the Minister of Health, you know. Of course. That is why it is very important that somebody with a medical background is the Minister of Health. That is why it is important that somebody who is an educator or has educational background is the Minister of Education. And that's why it is important that somebody who is the Minister of Finance should have the acumen in finances. Not come tell you say, save $2,000 for 3 years, figure by Probax. And that is why it's very important that somebody who understands the rudiments of national security has a security background. Because what is happening with this government is that so many people with their inexperiences outside of their fields are governing this country. And that's why the country is in the major crisis, particularly in healthcare. Because had a Tufton be a medical doctor, he would have understand what is important: primary care, preventative care. And then when you come, let us know your numbers. Know your numbers should have started 10 years ago. So you could have tracked the people them and know what is needed to deal with them. But you know what is happening? Blind and lead blind. Blind mice and lead the country. I pray for Mark Golding and the PNP. I pray for Mark Golding and the PNP because when them get this a country, almighty God, that where them are going to find in a day. Where them are going Jamaica. We have to go seriously pray for Mark. Where am I going to find in the budget when them and my say don't near me out? Jamaica. May I ask you again, what are going to do when Mark Golding take a country? Because the amount of predicament where such man, oh, I remember when my friend for 3,000 years say, lock him up for 3,000 years, and that group of syndicate of financial mercenaries take away all of their assets and put it back in the country. Yeah. I agree with class president tonight. You remember what class president said? Take all of their assets. Every single one of them. I will be surprised how Jamaica prosper again. Who agree? Who agree? Take all of their assets, you know. From truck to apartment, to housing development, to 28 bank account, to county, to resort.